Hello everyone, this is Victor, and in this video I want to talk to you about two important things. The first one being a penalty, why it is that sometimes we remove trips from drivers that have the passengers assigned to them. I've received a complaint of drivers saying, hey listen, I had this passenger assigned to me, and all of a sudden I'm on my way to pick up the passenger and I realize I don't have the trip anymore. The second thing I'm going to talk to you about is a benefit. Most drivers apparently don't know that once you have a passenger and it is the first time they're traveling that day and they have a return trip, the driver can request that return. So I'm going to talk to you, expand a little bit about both things. The first thing, why would we remove a trip from you, the driver, if you are already on your way to pick up a passenger? The answer is quite simple. The answer is that we were calling you and you did not answer our phone calls. If you have a trip assigned from one of our passengers and we call you and you don't answer the phone, we're going to try calling you a few times. But if you do not answer, we have to assume, once we have verified in the map, we check that we're looking for you, we don't find you, I have to assume that you're not working, and then I have to instruct the dispatchers to remove the trips from you. Why? Because my priority is to be on time for that passenger. Remember, if the one driver is late, it's not really that driver that is late. It is the whole company that is late. So all the drivers, the ones that are on time, everybody's affected for that one lateness. So we really try not to let the drivers be late. And we're starting to severely penalize the drivers that are late. So we're trying to prevent you from being late by removing the trip. If we cannot get in touch with you, we're going to assume that you're not working anymore, and we're going to go ahead and assign that trip further to another driver that is closest, put it in the air, whatever we have to find so that we are on time. So remember, if you have a trip assigned, make sure that you answer the phone. It is important so that we can be on time for the passenger. The second thing I want to talk to you about now, it's a better subject, and that is a benefit without any sort of compromise. The way it works is if you take a passenger and that is the first time that passenger is traveling that day, and that passenger also has a return trip, you are entitled to do that return trip. Let's say that passenger has 3 trips or more, then you can do the rest of those trips. However, if you decide you don't want to do the second trip anymore, then you also lose the right to the third and the fourth trip if the passenger has those. The way you do this is as soon as you have the passenger, if you like the trip, then you call dispatch right away, or as soon as you leave the passenger, you call dispatch, you tell them, hey, listen, I want the return trip for the passenger I have assigned or the passenger I just did. The dispatcher is now then is going to pre-assign that trip to you. What happens then is that the passenger has to call us and let us know that he's ready for pickup. Once the passenger is ready, once they let us know that they're ready for pickup, we call you as the first option to let you know that the passenger's pickup, ask you how long you're going to take to get there. If you don't answer the phone, you already know what's going to happen. We're going to remove the trip from you and we're going to put it in the air. If you answer the phone and you say, I don't want to do it, I don't feel like it, whatever, then no problem. You have no responsibility. So you have the benefit of doing that trip. Let's say if you do actually want to do it, you have the benefit of saying, yes, sure, just put the time and we're going to go ahead and go. And so you have the benefit of doing the trip, but you don't have the obligation, which sounds to me like a pretty darn good deal. So there you have it. The two things why we would remove a trip from you, and the second thing, a benefit. You are entitled to do the return trips of all your passengers. Just call us, let the dispatcher know. And the other reason why we would not give you those trips is if you don't answer the call. Now, guys, let's go do this. We're ready to take over New York City. Let's continue to be the best, and let's continue to give our all. Thank you, guys.